Welcome to the Saul's Newsstand News Review for November 2nd, 2018. The Washington Times is reporting, Democrats don't have a lock on Hispanic vote. The article reads, the Democrat Party may be a little too confident about its support among certain demographic groups. Some say the Hispanic vote is not necessarily a lock for the party, and should the Democrats lose this support, it could make a dent. Over 29 million Hispanics are eligible to vote in 2018, according to the Pew Research Center. Heritage Foundation scholar Mike Gonzalez explored this possibility in his 2014 book, A Race for the Future: How Conservatives Can Break the Liberal Monopoly on Hispanic Americans. The Republican Party also includes a very active GOP Hispanics group, and it is of note that it was Ronald Reagan who inaugurated Hispanic Heritage Month, signing its official proclamation for the observance on September 13, 1988. Polling heading into the November elections paints a foreboding picture for the Democrats, who believe they're entitled to Latino support. For example, this summer, Harvard-Harris showed a massive 10% jump in Hispanic support for President Trump. Recent polling shows Texas Governor Greg Abbott leading among Hispanic voters in his state, and Florida Governor Rick Scott also has earned 50% of the Hispanic vote support in his race for the U.S. Senate. You can read the full report by clicking on the link in the description below. The Daily Signal published an article Monday entitled, Here's How the Tax Cuts Are Helping Americans in Every State. It reads, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act has been one of the strongest and boldest reforms of President Donald Trump's first term in office. According to analysis from the Heritage Foundation, the tax law will give hardworking Americans tax breaks in every congressional district and in every state. Across the nation at large, the average American will take home on average $1,400 more of their paycheck in 2018. For married couples with 2 children, that figure doubles to just under $3,000. While higher tax districts will see more in dollar savings as a result of the tax cuts, they are certainly not the only winners from the Trump tax cuts. In fact, lower income districts will feel more relief in their tax burden, as they will see a higher percentage of their taxes cut than Americans in higher income areas. All across the country, the manifestations of this policy are quite impressive. Americans are better off from the tax cuts because they got to keep a larger portion of their paychecks. Moreover, the changes in tax rates are providing better economic incentives, leading to even higher paychecks. To read the full analysis, visit the Daily Signal's website at dailysignal.com. And finally, the Washington Examiner informs us that there is a Republican plan to cover pre-existing conditions, and the House already passed it. It says, here is a fact that Democrats are desperately trying to keep from the public. Not only do Republicans support providing health insurance coverage for those with pre-existing conditions, but Republicans in the House actually passed legislation that did just that. The American Health Care Act included an amendment which ensured that anyone with a pre-existing condition could purchase health insurance. The Palmer-Schweikert Amendment established a risk-sharing plan that allowed any individual with a pre-existing condition to purchase insurance at the same price as a healthy individual. This was not an unproven idea. In fact, the plan was modeled after a successful state-level program. Now, the Democrats are calling for government-run health care under the guise of Medicare for all. What they want is a Canadian-style health system. By contrast, the Republicans are on record with a sensible plan to cover pre-existing conditions, a plan that will help individuals get the health insurance they need at prices they can afford, and which allows small businesses to provide health insurance coverage to their employees. We would encourage you to read the full article by clicking on the link in the description below. And that concludes your Saul's Newsstand News Review for November 2nd, 2018. For more political news faster, visit saulsnews.com.